Hey guys, today's video is don't spam Electric Wind Godfist as a beginner. It may sound weird, but let me finish my points here. This video is aimed for beginner Mishima players and intermediate Mishima players who are stuck at light blue ranks and green ranks. I think one of the biggest problems people have with Mishimas is Electric Wind Godfist itself, and I don't mean they're not able to do it. Their problem is they want to do it all the time. And I want to dive into the mindset some people may have. So, one thing is, okay, Electric Wind Godfist is very execution heavy, so if you can do it, you're obviously good. That is not true, you just have good execution, you still need to learn fundamentals. So, the other point is, okay, everybody says Electric is a good move, so it should be a good move. Okay, this is a valid point, but why is Electric a good move? You need to understand why it is. It's not a good move because it is a high and you can spam launches because it's fun. It is a good move because it is safe, it is plus on block, it is hard to whiff punish, it is hard to stab, and it is fast. So you can do stuff like sidestep Electric, because if your opponent doesn't duck or you don't get counter hit, this is safe on block and very fast. It is an excellent whiff punisher, as you can see. But you need to apply it in a way that makes it strong, and this is the most important thing. The move is not strong by itself. Just look at low ranks. How is an Electric better than a generic hop kick or down forward 2? You can drop it, you can do a miss input like this or this. Hop kick also launches, I mean, why not do a hop kick instead? Now comes the reason, because it is safe. And because it is fast and all the things I told you about. But in those low ranks, you don't have to spam it. You're not so reliant on this move and you shouldn't be even in higher ranks. What I'm trying to say is, Electric is not a magic move. It is a good move, but it should not be at like the core of all of your gameplay, even if you played Kazuya. The second problem with this move, and like moves in general, and I want to expand on it, it's not just Electric, also Hell Sweep. These two moves are the moves that Mishima players like to spam mindlessly, and the focus here is on the word mindless. When you play Tekken, you want to do the following. You see something, like for example this move, and you want to react in the correct way, like you want to get the most out of your enemy's failures and errors. You don't want to 1-1-2 this, and you don't want to Electric this. This move, for example, you use a 12 frame punish or a 13 frame punish, whatever you like. But when you're so hardwired to doing Electrics and Hell Sweeps, what a lot of people tend to do in these low ranks, and you can look at yourself, and I think a lot of new players will recognize themselves in this, is they get something on block and they either do this 1-1-2 or just a panic Hell Sweep, especially if somebody whiffs. Oh no, Hell Sweep. Tekken is about having certain situations, creating certain situations and reacting to certain situations in the best possible way, and the best possible way is always an appropriate way for this certain situation. And what a lot of Mishima players have is this hardwired need to do Electrics all the time. And what will happen if you approach Tekken from this perspective is you get shit like this. Or stuff like this. It may work up to a certain ranks, maybe even orange ranks, but is this the Tekken you want to play? The Tekken you want to play is this Tekken. You want to see what your opponent is doing and react to it and be unpredictable yourself. If you only do stuff like Electric and Hell Sweeps and 1-1-2s, you are very predictable. That means if you do a lot of Hell Sweeps and you do them on block, people are already expecting them, so they will launch it at a higher rate. If you spam Electrics and Hell Sweeps, you're also doing lows and highs, and your opponent will start ducking or sidestepping you or trying to counter hit you because those moves, especially Hell Sweep, has a very slow startup. But the most damaging problem is like this connection you made. You don't want to see something and immediately fall back into bad habits. You want to see something and start to change your gameplay and learn the game. But to be able to do this, you have to have like a free mind. You want to see a move like this, and instead of doing a panic, you want to, okay, is it punishable by this here? Is it maybe punishable? Oh, it's minus 13 even. And you want to be able to experiment and don't always fall back into bad habits. For example, what I mean by this, how many of you guys get thrown by somebody and it is a 1+2 break and you always press 1 or 2 because you're used to it and you can't break this habit? This is exactly what I'm talking about, but in terms of electrics and hell sweeps. This bad habit that you are unable to do something else because the moment you see something new, before you even realize it, you already did an electric or an hell sweep instead of doing something more appropriate, even though you knew you should be able to do it. And what I propose to new Mishima players is practice your execution. Of course, this is important. Practice your electrics. But when you play, try to think, why do you do electrics? And just try for a couple of matches only doing electrics when you are 100% sure that this is the best call to make. For example, you play and he whiffs. And you're not sure, your electric is slow. Why do an electric? Maybe you want to do something else like this here. If you're very far off like this. You can do like a move like this to whiff punish. Or if it's very close range, like this, and you're not sure if you get an electric, you can try to do another punish. Like, let me see. Like this. What I mean by this is, try to change up your game plan and the moves you're using, because on one point you will be less predictable and your opponent will be under more pressure, and on the other hand you start rewiring your brain to do specific stuff against specific stuff. And you'll get out of this bad habit of seeing something and immediately doing hell sweep or whatever. Instead you will be doing stuff like, okay, you see this stuff and you try a 1-1 to test it out. Maybe a down forward 2 with Devil Chin. Okay, it's minus 13, and then you know, okay, it's minus 13. The next time he does it, I want to try to do a 12 frame punish. And you will be able to do it more likely if you start rewiring your brain instead of being this new player who only does electrics. It's not good for you. And when you come to higher levels of play, your execution and your electrics will pay off more if you know how to place them. And you will know how to place them if you play more like this. Because you will start to learn when an electric is a good choice, because you are doing the electric very voluntarily, 100% with another mindset. You will do the electric because you want to do them, not because it's a reflex. Sorry. Yeah, execution videos, you know. But you need to start changing your playstyle and your approach to Mishimas. And I want to add something more to this video. It is about Mishima mindsets in general. When you play a Mishima, your mindset should be, you have this character who is very strong and he needs execution. If you have good execution, you are not essentially a good player by itself. You still need to learn fundamentals. And I know it may be hard for people and people think it's unfair or frustrating at first, but when you play execution heavy characters like Lee or Mishimas, you have to learn the game and learn fundamentals. Some of your friends play other characters maybe and they progress through ranks more easily than you. Because they play characters that don't require so much execution, and because of this they tend to have a better mindset in general, because they are not they don't focus on unnecessary stuff like perfect wave dashes. They focus on, aha, minus 12, I will use my minus 12 punish. Because their head is free for this stuff. And you should be able to, okay, learn all this stuff, but at the same time try to free your mind of this execution heavy stuff and focus on simple basic Tekken. And depending on your talent, you may need a lot more time than your friends. But why do you play those execution heavy characters? It is because you like the execution, you like what they do, you like how they move, and you like to be challenged. So instead of being salty or focusing extremely on execution and looking down on other people, try to respect all your opponents and your friends, and try to respect yourself by trying to learn Tekken first and execution second. Execution is a tool that you need to win, but you win by playing Tekken. This is what I'm trying to say. And I think if you young Mishima players will start thinking and playing like this, it may take some days, maybe a couple of weeks, but you will start progressing much better and much faster. Just think about it this way. What is cooler? Winning or doing a couple of electrics and oh look at this, I can do 5 electrics. What is cooler? Do you want to be the winner? Or do you want to be the guy who's stuck in green ranks with good execution and everybody tells him you're the best? And you can't get out of it. And do you know why? Because you have built up an ego. And you have to destroy this ego to be good at Tekken, no matter what character you play. Try to win, don't try to look cool. And I think this is the message I want to send across. Try to change your game plan, try to react to stuff directly and don't fall into bad habits. Don't abuse moves because they are good, because you will get predictable and you will ruin your progression. And try to think of Mishimas as Tekken characters first and execution characters second. I hope I could help you somehow, and I personally think this will help a lot of new players if they try to embrace this mindset. Also, I would love to thank my new supporters. Philip Maslievski, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Tamu-chan, The Bear Nose, Jan Banks, and Steez Boys. Thanks for subscribing and following. Huge thanks, and I hope I could help you with the video, and if you need anything else just write me and I'll do another video for you guys. So see you later!